Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the microphones, it's Kenny. It's Jack. It's the Rock and Roll Up Podcast.
Hello, mate.
Hello.
It's trying to extend it. It's an extender. You've got an octave up.
Oh.
Let's try and do it in harmony. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, mate. Semitone.
There you go.
I go to music school. How are you doing then? What's been going on? What's occurring? We're here.
We're here.
In the midst of a lot of wrestling.
We are recording this in the midst of Wrestlemania weekend.
We are.
There's a lot of content going out.
Yep.
A lot of content. We are
The most amount we've ever done in a sort of a short space of time.
a very short space.
It hasn't been easy.
It's
We're
not
on
been
day
easy.
one.
We are.
It's been a slog, truth be told. I'm
yeah.
knackered.
I'm absolutely knackered.
I'm in bed at the moment. I'm tucked up with a hot water bottle.
Yeah, for anyone who isn't a wrestling fan, this is a telling time for people from the UK because, we have to stay up. Tonight's 3 a.m. We're currently on 11 p.m.
11, yep.
We'll be up till 3 a.m. We'll be up till 5 a.m. tomorrow, then a 4 a.m. and a 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Podcasting in the day.
That's how we do it. You know, some people are out, they're doing meth.
Yeah.
They're smoking doobies.
Yeah, we're addicted to...
And they get home earlier than we do. They're in bed tucked up
Yeah.
with their Lotso hugging bear.
With their
And we're up
glass pipe.
eating refreshers,
Yeah, well...
pop chips, trying to stay awake.
That's it.
Having little coffees.
That's
little
it.
macchiatos.
But...
Sounds like a wrestler.
Mr.
Making his way to the ring, Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Mr. Macchiato. Now, for some reason, it sounds racist. Why is that?
He's a manager, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Macchiato, of course. Yeah, I think he's in the Hall of Fame, actually. Yeah.
A hall of foam.
The Hall of Foam.
Yeah.
That sounds like a place that I'm probably going to end up working, but I don't want to. 3 years of music skill 4, yeah.
But despite this being in the middle of that, we want to do things.
Detour, man. Detour.
We want to go on a little bit. We want to take you down a country road rather than
Country road.
a main boulevard.
Country road.
Take me home.
Take me home to the road that I rode. Is that it?
No, yeah. To the road.
Country home.
Yeah.
Take me road to the home.
Yeah. That's
with the toad.
That's to avoid the copyright, isn't it?
Yeah, that was by me, that one.
Yeah, but we thought we'd because for any of our listeners who are not wrestling fans,
Yep.
we do the music stuff too. So we thought
we'd rock and roll up the music and wrestling podcast.
Music and wrestling.
It's funny before anything else. Then there's some music. Then there's some wrestling.
Little bit
You're doing some fiddling with my mic stand.
I can. You're getting excited, and I can see you clipping.
But I'm quite far away from the mic, though.
Get it in your.
What are you doing here? That's my nose.
There you go.
That's quite high up.
Yeah, you're all right.
What if I sneeze into that?
Well,
I'm doing a lean forward now. This is throwing everything.
You're uncomfortable.
Oh, I don't like it. Let me just... Better?
Yeah, there you go.
What about if I speak like that? Better?
Just like that.
Better? You are the engineer here.
Just like
You're
that.
driving the train.
Yeah, you're very much the one. All you do is you shovel the coal into the furnace.
I do. I am a piece of coal.
And of course, I do the driving. But really, you're on a rail track, aren't you? So
you're sort of... You think you're driving, but really automatic.
You're
yeah.
You're the muscles.
But you're still tooting. You've been tooting a lot today.
Yeah.
It's all that coffee and pop chips.
I've got something.
No wonder they're called pop chips.
You wait until after WrestleMania.
Oh, 3 days in.
You know how my guts get.
It's going to be green. There's going to be a green mist descending.
We thought it would be good to
not talk about wrestling.
To not talk about wrestling for once.
Yeah.
And
let me breathe. God damn it.
And to let everybody know about us a little bit more, and just have a general little chat about things that are going on in the world.
What's happening, how you're feeling, and
how are you doing?
Yeah. And what better place to start than something close to our hearts? Music.
We thought
we'd maybe talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of music right now.
Yeah. What is going on?
What is going on? I mean, wow. Ozzy Osbourne, he's not well.
Well, it's been a week of
Dramatic news.
Yeah, Ozzy has cancelled his tour.
He has.
He'd
How you feeling
rescheduled,
about that?
hadn't he? And then
Because you were providing all the bats for him, weren't you?
I was. Yeah, I've.
So that orders fell through.
What I do is I sew the heads back onto the bats.
Oh right.
I just reuse the same bat.
Oh
yeah.
Oh.
I'm doing some weird shit.
Yeah, you're a strange man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that needle and thread's for.
Yeah, but Ozzy, poor Ozzy, rescheduled and then had to cancel everything.
He sort of just got over something, then I think he had a fall. Isn't that the saddest thing?
That is sad.
Rock legend has a fall.
Oh, no.
And it has written him off entirely.
Poor Ozzy. I was contemplating buying tickets to that. Then they hadn't sold out, I don't think.
Yeah.
Then they were rescheduled. Now they're cancelled. I believe supported by Judas Priest.
Wow, that is a tour.
What a hell of a gig.
Yeah, that'd have been substantial. What a shame.
In similar news, old Britney Spears is
She's not well, is she?
She's
not well.
Yeah.
Hot take on that.
Yeah. I wonder
She's
if
not
they're in hospital together.
They could be. I think she might be in a slightly different hospital. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But she's also...
Poor Britney.
Poor Britney. I think we can all relate. You know, we've all been... Disney child stars, signed, shaved our head.
I thought you were going to say we've all had mental health.
Oh, and that.
But no, really, I'm. I used to dance around like a schoolgirl.
With pigtails
regularly.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That explains a lot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Poor Britney.
It is a shame. We shan't take the bloody mick because anyone that's struggling.
Let's not have a toxic conversation.
Oh my lord.
Hey.
Hey.
Anyone?
Hey.
They're laughing.
Baby.
They're laughing.
It's we welcome people in who are having issues, and it's a shame that she's struggling at the moment. But Brittany, I'll sort you out if you need a chat. I can.
What can you provide?
I can provide
a quiche.
I could give her a quiche. Yeah, I could provide her a quiche. Are you allowed to eat quiche in rehab?
In mental asylums?
I don't know. It's mainly gruel, isn't it?
I don't know.
Is this offensive? It's okay because we're mentally ill.
It's getting that well.
So that's okay.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
We're popping
right?
pills left, front, centre.
Yeah. But good luck to her. Good luck to her, I say.
Another shame. Mick Jagger.
His heart's come out, isn't it? It's fell out.
Yeah,
Something. He was doing a dance.
Yeah,
it fell out.
Make a pun on.
He kept sticking his tongue out. One day his heart went. Boop.
Make a pun on a Rolling Stones song. Come on.
Oh no.
Quickly.
I'm not a big Stones fan. I can't get no regular heartbeat. That'll do. Do your best, Mick Jagger.
Well, it's not really a. It's not really something.
I've been the Stones for about something like that. Is that how he speaks?
Yeah. Stone.
Yeah. If you could see him, he looks. He looks unbelievable. That's actually quite good.
Yeah.
Well done. You got the moves like
Jagger.
I'm
a regular Mick Jagger.
Yeah. Well, good luck to the man. It's just very much us just giving well wishes. Maybe we'll do the round to the office. Send a card. Send a
bloody
Missing
card.
you, Ozzy. See you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
the train that you drive is the crazy train. Thought about that? Reference.
Sorry, that's actually the beginning of the song there.
Oh. You're laughing at me.
Away from tragic.
Yeah, let's talk about something funny.
Yeah.
What's funny that happened in the world of music?
Well, if anyone hasn't seen the video of Robert Smith from The Cure.
Oh, the wonderful video that has become... He's always been a walking meme, old Rob.
He's very funny, isn't he?
Old Mr. Smith.
Great band.
Couldn't get a more goth name than Robert Smith.
No, definitely not.
Hi, I'm Robert Smith. Says everything you need to know.
If anyone hasn't seen it, what happened?
The thing is, I almost don't want to ruin it.
No.
This is the thing. This is the dilemma we're in. Do we say what happened, or do we actually not say what happened? Because I don't want to do it. Not do it justice.
All I would say,
maybe we should say, just seek it out, then give us your thoughts on it.
If anyone,
it's very funny.
Because obviously, a lot of this podcast is professional wrestling, which is very popular in America.
It's professional. Full stop.
I wouldn't say that. So I think the Cure video is a perfect representation of the British.
The British American, the differences of which there are some.
Yeah.
It's a very dry English
He's
take on
quintessentially British.
Americanisms. I think we'll leave it there. But I thought we were going to actually say what happened, but now thinking about it, no, you don't deserve it.
It's not great for a podcast.
It's not.
Is it?
But
check it out.
Basically, what we're saying is we saw something that was good. You've just destroyed your mic stand again. Why do you keep fiddling? You didn't used to fiddle. Have you got ADHD?
What's happened?
You haven't been taking your ADHD pills.
I've got overconfident with the podcast.
You were doing your Jagger arm. You've knocked it right out.
Talking of the Cure,
go on. Where are they playing?
Glastonbury lineouts come out. Just thought I'd hit the headliners.
Go on. You're a bit of a Glastonbury aficionado, aren't you? You've been there multiple times.
I do.
You used to go quite a
love
lot.
Glastonbury.
Yeah. Who's headlining them?
So we've got Stormzy on Friday night.
Trouble is, he's one of those piggyback bookings. He's a bandwagon booking. It's kind of like, he's got the song out. Let's book him, and that's that was a good sort of couple of years ago.
I'm a good fan of Stormzy. I've seen Stormzy, but for me, a one album is not someone. A one album guy is not a headliner.
No, you need to make him mark.
I think it's great. I've got no problem with having hip hop at Glastonbury.
No.
It's the predominant popular music at the end of the day, and previous hip hop artists have had fantastic sets.
Yeah,
Kanye less than Jay-Z. Jay-Z's set was probably the standard so far.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But popular artists. Beyonce's set was unreal.
Yeah.
So
anyone with sort of a Z in Beyonce, Jay-Z, Stormzy.
Yeah. It's all those.
And of course, the best hip hop of all time, Limp Bizkit, spelt with a Z. I rest my case.
Yeah. Well, and on that note, see you next.
Yeah, I'll pack my case and leave.
It's not going to get any better than that. And of course, the Killers.
Again, 10 years ago, you know what I mean? I remember when I was young watching them headline and stuff, and they're still I mean, they're great. Iconic band, great bad influence, of mine, certainly. But they always put on a good show.
See,
but
I would say...
there's so many young and hungry bands that could have headlined.
Yeah.
And
I'm
actually...
actually...
for the Killers.
I'm a massive fan of the Killers.
No, I love the Killers. I love the Killers.
I have to say.
I love the Killers, but is it their year to headline?
Well, what I would say about Glastonbury is exemplified in the next artist, which we were talking about, Robert Smith, is The Cure. And when The Cure were announced, I looked up how often they had headlined, and I believe this is either their fourth or fifth headline slot.
Lord.
They've not headlined for a while, but it's been a lot. In the 90s, I think it was 2 or 3 times.
The Cure, more like the Boar.
Well,
the Burr, the Boer War.
Chris de Burr.
He's been there.
Yeah.
He gets a bad rap. He was the James Blunt of sort of the 80s.
He gets is that a rap from Jay-Z or from Beyonce?
No, it's a rap from one of the bad catering tents at Glastonbury. Yeah. So can I just check, is this made on rye? That's my Glastonbury speak.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been. There's
various other news stories, but, we can't spend all day on that because, of course, it would date this episode.
Yeah, because, well, I think really what people want to hear about is more of our opinions on stuff that isn't related to current affairs. Just generally, what do we do in life? What do we like? What are you listening to? We're returning back to a popular feature from the early days of at least a month or so ago.
This is within the first 15 episodes.
Oh, this is
from the early days.
Going to be there from back in the day. If you've listened all the way back, maybe people listen from the beginning. What I'm excited about is people that go back and listen back to the beginning and say, how has it got worse? How has that happened?
How has that possibly? Why are they so much?
Yeah.
Why are they so much quieter than before?
Yeah. What's all these audio issues? Why do you keep
issue.
breaking things? Oh, so many issues. But what about today? What about lately? What about this week? What have you been listening to?
Well,
hit me. What's on your playlist? What's on your mind?
Yeah. Well, one thing, and someone who's picked up some traction. I mean, he was already big, but Denzel Curry. His album Taboo, of anyone who's listened to it knows that it's fantastic. The beats are beautiful. His lyricism is fantastic as well.
Can you stop fiddling with your mic stand? Oh, I'm gonna baby hit you one more time.
So yeah,
in the mush.
That's what I was saying. Denzel Curry, but he's come up recently because of his performance of Balls on Parade on Triple J.
Yes, you showed me that this very day, and it was wonderful.
It's quite fantastic.
I love the merging of hip hop and metal.
Yes, going back to Limp Bizkit.
You know, I always think Denzel Curry sounds like one of those names that a random band generator, comes up with if you put in your favourite actor and favourite food. But there we are.
That's what would Training Day be like with Denzel Curry in it? That'd be funny.
Well, why talk about it when you can rap about it?
My name is Denzel Curry, and I'm in Training Day. There you go.
Didn't even rhyme. Doesn't need to. It's hip hop. I'm gonna let you finish. Carry on talking about what you've been listening to.
I'm the second thing I'm going to say is
Curry banked.
Curry. He's banked. Anyone who hasn't seen Triple J on their YouTube channel, his performance of Balls on Parade. He also does Black Balloons live, which is just majestic.
Yeah. Yep.
Foals. Everything not saved will be lost.
Yep. That should be that sort of sums up our recording of this podcast. Do backups, people. Yeah. Do backups.
Make sure you do the backups.
We've done this 10 times, this podcast.
Yeah. Foals, part one of a 2-part album series for this year.
Oh, very cool. Didn't know that.
Kind of similar to their older, to all of their stuff, really. Kind of trippy.
Very consistent, aren't they?
Dance,
the way
indie, sort of dancey stuff. But just this album's got so much reverb on it.
And for you, you like reverb.
Oh, I'm all like, it sounds incredibly spacey.
Yeah. It's because you're used to being in caves with bats.
Yeah.
That's what that's about.
Yeah, that's a callback.
Would you ever eat a foal curry?
I'm one of those people that believes if you eat meat, you should be open to eating all meat.
What do you call those people?
Including humans.
Oh my lord, cannibals. Terrible.
Fine young cannibals.
There we are.
Exits was a great single on that album. Yes. On the Lunar, fantastic track on that.
Isn't that slang for I'm on the toilet?
In the loony, we've gone back to Britney Spears.
Oh no!
Part 2 is out soon.
Poor Brit.
Yeah. Before I do one more, why don't you hit me with a few of yours?
Shall I? What I've been listening to recently? Well. Let me check. I've been listening to some throwback sounds of the Stray Cats.
Oh yeah,
rockabilly icons. Of course, inspired by my devastating news for you, but wonderful news for me and my papa. We're going to see the Stray Cats live, one of their first UK gigs in a very long time. I think possibly over 10 to 15 years.
I believe an anniversary show.
Yes, is it 25th anniversary?
I thought
20th, 25th.
I thought it's older. 20th is 2000, mate.
50th.
Because we're getting old, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 40th.
Why did I say 20th?
Yeah.
Where am I?
Because you think you're 15 still.
I'm Britney Spears. I'm in the loony bin. Yes, 40th, sorry. Yeah, that is what I meant. But, obviously amazing band, rockabilly icons, great voice, great licks. So I've been listening to a lot of them. Arguably the best ofs, really. I'm not going to say one particular album, but... there's some of the ballads close to my heart. Lonely Summer Nights, a song that is
who's hurt
particularly good.
Who hurt you?
You hurt me.
Yeah. Just say who.
Waving that mic stand.
I'm hurt about that gig because who's supporting them?
The Living End,
what
Australian pop punk rock outfit who supported Stray Cats and Brian, I think, before. But you introduced me to them. I believe they got some success by sending Billy Joe from Green Day some kind of EP and he signed them, or it was something to do with that.
What a band. I just said that like 4 times.
What a band. Put that on the poster. What a band. Yeah, fantastic. Again, great songwriters. So hooky and singable and, just raw. I'm a big fan of Australian rock. There's the real Aussie rock out there.
What a thing to be a fan of.
I know what I said about Thirsty Merc a few episodes ago.
Thirsty Merc.
There's something about Aussie bands. They've just got... There's something about them that there's that sort of outside kind of like sunshine, outside having a brew, having a barbie. Your feet in the sand.
They're all like that.
That's not racist. That's true.
Give us your best Crocodile Dundee.
I don't know anything he says. I just remember the bit where he stabs the crocodile with a knife through its head to kill it.
Oh.
And then I watched a Bear Grylls video sort of debunking like survivalist tactics in movies, but he said no, that would have killed it.
Yeah.
Because there's a short little gap between the scales on the top of their skull where you can kill a croc.
Well, you didn't know you were coming here for that, but
I'm
now you
laying
know it.
Nuggets of information on you. So if you're ever confronted with an alligator or a crocodile,
Yeah. Of
right
course,
in the noggin.
that's not a knife. This is a knife. That's what he says. Give us that.
Why have you got a knife?
Come here.
Oh no!
You,
You want me to give you? You do your accent first.
that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh, I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We ain't going to get better than that. I've also been listening to some Avenged Sevenfold this week.
Oh yeah.
Celebrating the Rev Jimmy's, the Rev Sullivan, fantastic drummer. Obviously, sadly passed away a while back. I think one of the best metal drummers of all time. I'm sure we'll speak about that at length, but I think particularly his drum tracks on the City of Evil album are extraordinary in terms of musicality and flavour. Just fantastic drummer. And Brooks Wackerman, which is a great name for a drummer. He was kind of doing a bit of picking apart of the songs and the drum tracks and isolating some stuff and talking about them. And I just watched that on the Avenged Sevenfold's channel, and just even more appreciation hearing those isolated drum tracks. Just a fantastic drummer. And
his isolated drum tracks are, well, they're next level. They're next level.
Next. He was a boss, and just again such a loss. Such a loss
What a
to
shame.
the industry, but big inspiration on me. So I shall thank him for what he's left.
Yeah.
Legend. What about you, mate? What's anything else that you've?
One more I'm going to
particularly
say, and
fancy?
it's going to possibly turn into a mini annoyance. I would
Go
say.
on.
I'm going to say Greta Van Fleet.
Okay.
Everyone's going to be #triggered.
That's Latin for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, I'm annoyed by.
I'm annoyed. By the new segment, everybody. I'm annoyed.
I'm annoyed by the response to Greta Van Fleet.
Yes, I am as well.
I understand the Led Zeppelin influence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone could deny that. I don't think, although you've said possibly they've denied it.
Well, they didn't
not
deny it as much as they said, stop talking about it now. But I think when you're so overtly influenced by someone, it's very hard to then go, that doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean?
Is it not fair to say that they are influenced generally by
blues rock,
70s
hard
rock.
70s rock in particular?
Of course, the voice is similar to Robert Plant's, but the thing that annoys me is that they're a band for a new generation, and I think there's a lot of people bringing up the idea that rock is going through another absolutely, mainstream rock here, another absolute dead period.
Sure.
The early 2000s,
certainly on the radio, anyway.
Blew up again, and mainstream rock artists are
a few and far between, mate.
Absolutely, and I think if a band like Greta Van Fleet can come along and
get some mainstream attention,
introduce younger people to older influences.
See, this is why they're cool, because they are a doorway band. You can get into them and they're great, and then if you're smart, you'll go, actually, who are they influenced by? Who are they supported by? Who are they? Who do they reference in their interviews? And they really are such a great gateway band to introduce you to just decades of great rock music.
There could be a young kid who, listens to Greta Van Fleet and ends up just like ourselves, loving music all the way from the 50s to. There's always that one band, and I think it's rough for people to hate on them. I think it's become popular,
sure.
And also I think that they write some great songs.
Yeah, good songs.
They write
good
some great songs, and remember that's their first album as well. I think it's they'll grow, and I think Greta Van Fleet deserve a little bit of love.
Little bit of love, a little bit of Monica
in my
fleet, in my van. Oh, it's gone sinister.
In my fleet of vans.
Oh no!
I own a whole fleet.
Should I say one more? Or should we move on? Do you think?
Have you got another quick one?
Who have I been listening to? I've listened to, I believe it was the Royal Philharmonic's album with Buddy Holly, who they obviously again tragically died. I like a lot of people that are dead. Obviously died in the plane crash. But he. They've taken obviously his vocal parts and stems, and they've put the Royal Philharmonic, who've backed him wonderfully and reorchestrated some stuff, and I know my dad and me sometimes are a little bit put off by a redo of an old album, this is
Yeah.
Elvis, but we've put some new, instruments over the top and it sounds a bit kind of rubbish. But actually, majority of the album is really beautiful. It just highlights kind of his songwriting ability, and obviously another legend that was taken away, but particularly True Love Ways is one of my favourite songs. They've reorchestrated that and it just sounds so much fuller than of course it did in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I'd certainly recommend that. But yes, I've been going a little bit back.
You've been going back.
I've been going back in time this week.
You don't look forward that often, do you? You could do with a look forward, apart from
Keep walking into
Norwegian
walls.
symphonic power metal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're well versed in
folk
the
death
latest
rhymes.
Releases of.
I'm on the mailing list. Yeah. The trouble is I can't read it because it's all in Norwegian.
Hey, there you go.
There we
There
are.
you go.
But what other kind of art forms have we been taking in, absorbing,
Well,
engaging in
although
this particular
This is
week?
the music and wrestling podcast. We do other things.
Huh?
We like film and TV, and
Do we? What, you're saying we're going to do like some specials on film and TV?
no,
I wouldn't have thought it.
no. If the people want it, what's that? You want it?
What's
Okay,
that?
we'll do it.
Comment below if you want it. What? Not my words.
Come on.
The words of Mr. Greta Fleet. He's here tonight.
We're gonna have a little short chat on movies.
We are, something we haven't delved into. Don't be coming at me with, it's not a movies podcast.
Yeah.
all
Don't
right?
don't be coming at me with
I
that.
don't need that negativity.
No.
I'll talk about what I want to talk about.
Yeah. And you'll
Okay? And you'll
unsubscribe.
absorb it. Yeah, actually. Maybe we should just talk about what they want us to talk about.
Yeah.
That's where we've been going wrong.
Of course.
We've just been
that's
being
right.
self-indulgent.
Yeah. Yeah. Movies.
What have you watched this week? Come on.
Well, I just want to talk about one movie, and it's a film that went massively under the radar, I think, recently.
Yeah.
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Great name. What a great name.
What a
for
great
movie.
name.
Amazing.
Supreme cast.
Sure.
I mean, I'm going to start with Dakota Johnson from 50 Shades of Grey. You'd think, Supreme cast, Dakota Johnson.
Nah.
That don't make sense.
I wouldn't have thought so.
She wasn't so bad, actually.
She was okay, was she?
She wasn't great.
Was she
though.
chained up at any point? Or
No.
I thought she'd be typecast.
Chain cast.
Outcast.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Fine.
Chris Hemsworth, Jeff Bridges, John Hamm
Wow.
from
John
Mad
Hamm
Men.
gets his face. I listen to a lot of podcasts, comedy podcasts, and he's on them as well. I think he's been in everything ever that's ever existed.
Yeah.
He did half time at the Last Supper. He was there.
He did 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Go on, John, get up.
He did a cut. All right, I've been working on something.
Yeah. And I may pronounce this wrong, but Cynthia Erivo.
I believe a West End extraordinaire, Broadway as well.
She
Did a lot
is.
of stage work before film. I think.
She's a musician. She was in Widows.
Widows. Don't you mean she was outside your windows?
She's a beautiful woman. That has
That's
to
what
be
you
said.
mean.
She's absolutely incredibly
incredible actress.
talented. Such emotion.
Well, that's what you want from acting.
Touche.
Touche. But what have I seen?
Well, I was going to ask you that, but you've got there.
I've opened a list. Now just take a look down this list of points that I want to make about a film. I have put this on airplane mode, so I hope this isn't interfering with the sound or indeed you or me. Maybe I'll just hold it a little bit away just in case.
Go on.
This week I've seen a movie that's close to my heart because I'm in it.
Right.
Dumbo. Tim Burton's remake, live action remake, Dumbo.
Dumboy?
No, Dumbo.
Okay. You're
Bo
in that.
Dallas.
Dumbo Dallas.
We're not speaking about wrestling today.
No wrestling.
I was an extra on that, did about a month. Now, we're going to do a few movie specials down the line. I'll do maybe a bit of talking about that.
Yeah,
Us
you've
two
you've
as well
done
have been in some projects
You've been
together.
in some very good films.
Yeah, I've
as
done
an extra.
I've been
haven't
lucky to do sort of 10 plus
A
years of
background-
movie work.
you? Background artist.
Background artist, supporting artist.
Actually supporting artist.
Extra's a little bit, can't say that, and a little bit offensive these
Yeah,
days.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
more than just extra, okay?
Yeah.
I'm a vital part. Often I'm removed from scenes, you're too good looking.
Yeah.
You pull in focus from Brad Pitt.
You're an integralist.
Yeah, exactly. Brad Pitt looks like armpit when he's next to me. Not my words again. A lot of ADs have said that to me.
A lot.
AD, short for assistant director.
If
Again,
you didn't know.
if you're in the
Have you
industry.
been on film sets?
One or two, yeah.
Yeah. Talk
I
to me
spent
about.
a long time watching a tennis ball fly around, pretending it was Dumbo.
That's great.
I shall explain. I think I'll maybe explain the process in the special, but I've got some thoughts. I've got some thoughts. Dumbo, Disney films close to my heart.
Hit us with your thoughts.
I'm presenting my review in question form.
Okay, as I think Mark Commode sometimes does.
He does, yeah. But I'm asking questions sort of like, if you haven't seen it, you should also be asking these questions. It's not a spoiler. We all know what happens in Dumbo.
Yeah,
He dies.
that's the one where.
And it's all...
Is
he's
it
a
the one
ghost.
where that little deer dies?
That's right, yeah.
Is it
in
the one?
caves.
Is it the one with
The little princess deer on the ice.
Yeah, when they have to kiss her to wake her up?
They kiss the deer, I think.
I'm getting confused.
And then there's a beast or something. I wasn't really paying
they
attention.
dance around.
No, there's some dancing in it.
Yeah. All right. Hit me with your Dumbo thoughts.
Well, let me just flick through these. I've titled the review, "If a feather flew up my nose, I'd still sneeze out a better film than Tim Burton's Dumbo."
Okay.
So I've gone in up. I've gone in strong.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's not going to be a 5-star review.
Question 1.
Okay.
Dumbo understands English sometimes. Sometimes tries to speak English.
Sometimes.
Snake guy takes elephant back. Why? He's a snake guy.
Okay.
Make sense so far?
Well,
Dumbo already flew without a feather.
I mean, these are...
Bad acting. You can understand that one.
There's bad acting.
Bad dialogue.
Bad dialogue.
Manufactured
Much
relationship.
like this podcast.
Great acting. We're acting like we can do a podcast.
Hey.
Manufactured relationship between Rongo performers and Dumbo.
Right.
Yeah. I keep brushing my nose on this mic every time I turn. Oh dear. Tacky fake effects. Typical Burton. What's up with Michael Keaton and the bodyguards' accents? They keep changing.
Oh no, what one of them? I hate it when that happens.
And Keaton's a legend as well. What a shame.
Yeah, Keaton is.
Didn't know the kids' names until over an hour and a half into the movie.
Oh my lord.
This is true that they're not named until someone goes, "Millie!" And you go, I went, "Who's that? Is that just someone in the circus?" The ending, well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but we all know what happens at the ending of Dumbo.
Yeah.
It's some kind of, and we've all learnt something kind of ending.
Mm.
And I just put, have we? We haven't.
The only thing I've learned is...
don't see another Burton film.
Oh no.
No explanation of maybe someone dying in the war, / disguising with a moustache bloke, tries to say his name. Is he a known figure? Thoughts? No deep chat between the dad and kids about the dead mum. There's a dead mum. He doesn't address it. Okay.
Why would you?
Why would you? No talk about the war. How did he lose an arm? Don't know.
Don't need to know
Quite a
that.
few more questions to go. Why did the boat just let the elephants on? How did the boat take elephants to jungle? Do you know a boat that goes through the jungle? It isn't Tarzan.
They go
good
through the
Disney
jungle in one of the Vietnam films.
Oh, I forgot. This was a Vietnam flashback movie. There's a bad sort of intro with sort of inset animation clips introducing the live action characters that are so embarrassingly acted. It's like a sort of a 70s sitcom where it's
So
like,
wait.
sitcoms, like at the end credits, it shows a clip of them in a scene in the sitcom and it says their
Yes.
name, like David Jason, and he's like sweeping up the floor.
Right.
It was like that, but at the beginning of the movie,
Right.
very...
It was animated.
No, they were live action, but it was
Right.
like flashed on the screen, you know.
Okay.
Just poor.
It
Just
was
poor.
rough.
The train introduced is the first thing. It's like the central piece of the first part of the film is the train. Then just appears once more, never appears again. Like the first thing you see is this amazing train.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing tricks all the time backstage. If you work in a circus, you don't do tricks all the time backstage. I worked with a circus in Butlins for 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
They just go home. They just go home. They do not rehearse all day long.
No.
Yeah. Multiple questions. There's a Spanish couple where they were established as important, never turned up again.
Yeah.
Everyone stared at his arm, made it awkward. There was the really bad, you'd have loved it, necklace exposition with the... So the mum gave the daughter a necklace and then she gave some stupid quote about opening doors that didn't make sense. Yeah, in life, there's going to be doors that close and then when you're in life, you can open doors and then there's life.
And a necklace.
And a necklace, which she throws into a fire later on.
Oh,
no
no.
reason.
Oh,
Whoop.
God.
Whoop.
I think... So Tim Burton is perhaps... Oh, my Lord. This list...
Yeah, I'll do a couple more.
Go on.
Dumbo gets washed by lots of random women.
Lovely. Who wouldn't want
my
that?
personal favourite, Dumbo thought a car horn was his mum. He goes, and he runs out thinking it's his mum. What elephant goes, Unless it's an elephant that's in clown school.
Yeah.
Go, one more,
Constantly
one more,
practicing.
one more. His stump, where he lost his arm was an inconsistent length. You could sometimes see that he just had his arm holding it under his sleeve.
No.
Can you believe that? That is only maybe a third of the questions, but maybe at the end I'll do maybe 2 more. That'll be nice, wouldn't it?
2 more.
We'll bank them for now. That is just some. I don't want to ruin all the bad points of the film for you, but suffice to say, I really wished I would like it after trawling through it.
Yeah.
But
one question for you.
it didn't do it for me.
Did you see yourself?
I didn't see myself, although it's because we were in the tent and it was very crowded. I think if I paused it, I could see me, looking, slightly less disappointed than I was looking in the cinema. But after a month of looking at a tennis ball, it does grind you down.
It does get quite rough.
That's why Andy marries. Andy marries. Andy Murray's retiring. Murray Mint. Andy marries. He is married.
Andy's married.
Andy's married.
And he is married.
And he's married.
Yeah, there you go.
Pun association.
There we go.
Something that we'll be coming to later on. Well, now I've had a little rant. I'm a little bit tired. I want something happy.
Do you want to lighten the mood?
I want to lighten the mood. What are we thinking?
I think it's time for Jack's Joke of the Week.
Jack's Joke of the Week. Jingle to follow, of course. Sponsored by Jingle McJingle. This very show.
Jingly jingle.
Which we maybe come on to talking about that at the end. But more jingles to follow. If you like the first one.
Which I like it.
I think it's
a lot.
I think it's quite good. There'll be upwards of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
Maybe it'll just be jingles.
We'll just do a jingle episode every week.
That'd be great.
Maybe you could suggest jingles for us. What features would you like jingles to have?
What features would you like?
What would you like? What do you want from me?
How do we make this a success?
Please, email suggestions, everything, share everything.
How do I make my life a success?
Comment, what can we do with these degrees?
Anyone got any jobs going?
Yeah, can I have some money? What do you think the Patreon's for?
Yeah, exactly. Sign up Patreon.
Please, give me money, please. Give me money so I can go and see films like Dumbo and then review them. For your listening pleasure, Jack's Joke of the Week. I have wrote these this very week.
You've wrote them.
You can tell I'm a wordsmith. I've wrote these very week.
Oh,
This week I've been mostly writing jokes. Here we go.
Come on.
Multiple punchlines for this.
Yep.
True story. The man who invented gaffer tape just died. Took them 20 minutes to peel him off the floor. Alternate could be they tried to pick him up but couldn't find the end.
Funny.
Either work.
Funny.
Might do both. Might do both.
Might do both.
Let me have a little look. I got a blood clot from playing brass in an orchestra. Deep vein trombone cis. Hey?
That's just...
Hey? I'm sure that's been done before.
Those sorts of jokes are just satisfying, aren't they?
They are. All cleaners are Polish. Sorry, that's a sweeping generalisation. Eh?
Eh?
Whoop. Not offensive, because
No.
it's satire.
No. It's a little bit on,
It's on the nose, yeah, but we've all got noses. That's why we're all the same in a way.
We're all the same.
You've got a nose.
Yeah.
We've all got a nose. We
all
all have
got
olfactory.
noses.
That's good, that.
We've all got
Noses to smell all the things, because we're inclusive.
Yeah.
Do the next bit?
No, that...
All right. Ironically, Michael Jackson at that point barely had a nose at all.
Yeah, doesn't matter if you're black or white. Does matter if you've got a nose.
Yeah, I think we can all learn something from that. Shall I do one more?
Let's hit us with another.
What should we go for? Come on. Maybe I'll go for a safe one.
Go on.
Just went to an Irish safari park. Terry Woburn. Fine. It's light. It's one of those jokes where you go, well, it's more of a smiler than a laugh, but you'll laugh out of courtesy.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, Woburn, Wogan, it works, and he's Irish.
Yeah.
It works. Why would a safari park be called Terry Woburn? Well, it wouldn't, but that's the joke, isn't it?
That's
the joke is it's quite a poor
It's
pun.
silliness.
It's silly, exactly.
You're bloody
That's
silly.
why I like you.
Do you know what? Let's have one more.
Oh, I don't
bonus
believe
round.
it. Bonus round. Well, maybe... I don't know. What should we do? I'm thinking of starting a bit like this. I know what you're thinking. You look at me and think, he'd never do Toy Story jokes. Would he? We'll leave it there.
That's lovely.
We'll leave it there.
That one's very pretty.
We'll leave it there. All written this week. True.
We're gonna wrap this up.
I think so. Short and
pretty
sweet
soon.
this time. More of a general episode. A lot of laughs, some tears.
Yeah.
Some informative stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you did tell people about how to kill an alligator.
Yeah, that's right. You don't confuse that advice with the Britney Spears stuff. We're going to be getting in some hot water.
Definitely not.
Or indeed some swamp water.
Swamp water. Nice. But I think before we're going to finish,
it's a nice way to wrap it up.
These kind of generalized episodes. We've been hitting some classic albums or albums
love this.
from the past
Love
that
this.
we would say.
We're trying to develop the kind of a thing of we share with you, you share with us.
Yeah. Share your money.
Yeah. Please. Influential albums we like, things we've been listening to, things we want to take from our brain, put it in your brain. Yeah. And if you don't like it, don't tell us. But if you do like it, tell us.
Tell us, please.
Tell us. Go, yeah, you were right. You have the best taste.
Yeah.
That's my dream phrase I want anyone to say to me. Jack, you were right. You do have the best taste. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's go one for one then.
So classic albums to go back to, or perhaps things that we just put on back to back and you bloody love them. Go on, you start.
Okay, my first is going to be Roots Bloody Roots by Sepultura.
A light jazz album. Yeah.
It's crunchingly heavy.
It is. It's dirty, smelly.
It's a bit smelly. Yeah. Yeah.
After you've listened to it,
I'm
got a right sweat on.
Yeah, I've been giving it all the movements.
Giving it large.
Just a great album. Sounds timeless, really. Very funky, very groovy, very heavy.
Yeah.
Go on. How about you?
A little bit different to that. I've been listening to a band. Don't confuse them with the band Ghost, because they're not. They're called Ghosts. They were quite a long time before. They were a Britpop band, kind of pop indie band from the UK. Very underrated. They were signed. They had one album, one and done, and they split up.
No.
Back-to-back songs of the album, I think, are just extraordinary. There's some kind of shoegazer stuff in there, some Britpop stuff in there, some more electronic kind of stuff in there. Super well produced. Just hooks for days. Some amazing synth stuff in there. Just really well-structured, singable pop songs that I think they really, 2 or 3 albums down the line, could have been...
They could have been big.
Big business, and they just faded away. I didn't even think he was writing for a long time after that. It was just such a shame. Listen to that album often, back to back.
Yeah, can't say I know it.
No, I should.
Do you know what? You've given that to me.
The World Is Outside. Ghosts, The World Is Outside. Okay. Check that album out.
Yeah, nice.
What about you, mate?
That's a good one. I'm going to hit you with a double header here. In a similar... heavy metal vein. I'm in a heavy mood.
You're in a heavy mood this week.
Talked about Denzel Curry earlier. I'm going to hit you with some heavy stuff now. I'm false.
Go on. Well, you like all kinds of stuff, mate.
I think
you like curry, but you'll also have a salad.
Yeah, I'll also have
Saxon.
I love priests.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm talking about both Saxon and Judas Priest.
Oh, he's gone for the double.
So Saxon Thunderbolt, Judas Priest Firepower. 2 bands that maybe, if you're into heavy metal, but perhaps you like the newer stuff, maybe you thought, they're kind of sort of dinosaurs.
They're dated. They're
a little bit out of date. Yeah. They're older guys. They're beyond it. They're past their best.
Yeah.
I saw Saxon last year. They were phenomenal.
Yeah, wonderful band. Fantastic.
But and they played some classics. They played some stuff off their new album Thunderbolt. But I do have to say, by many accounts that I've read and my own opinion also, those 2 albums are the best albums that they've released for decades.
Wow.
Along with a bit of a renaissance for older metal bands. Iron Maiden's Book of Souls 2016 was personally I think possibly their best album since 1987.
Yeah. Wow.
If not 2000 when they released
that on the bloody album sleeve.
Yeah, when they released Brave New World, if not 2008 when they released Matter of Life and Death.
Sure.
But yeah, these older metal bands, they're coming back with some absolute crunching albums.
Renaissance, yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess new production styles and new, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world that is inspiring a lot of metal bands to write those very kind of dystopia style, kind of fairy tale lyrics that I think really suits the world we live in, that kind of escapism and... we're living in a crazy time, so get a bit of metal down your gullet.
Yeah, don't write those old boys off. They can still rock.
No, they can rock. Apart from Judas Priest, who obviously aren't playing with Ozzy, so they won't be doing no rocking.
No,
they'll be rocking in their rocking chairs. Bloody old men.
Yeah. Okay. Judas Priest, do a UK tour, please.
Please
come to Nottingham.
Please, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Saxon
living room sessions. We'll get them on the podcast.
Saxon are going to be, cause they're on their anniversary this year, so they've already said they're touring.
Yeah,
but Priest need to be back on the road.
They will, I think. They got a following, man. Hell of a following. So Well, shall I do 2 back to back then? Well,
Go on.
in a metal vein, I'm going to go for Mirith, Legacy. I love that album.
Yeah,
Their
good
latest album. They've just released another single actually, and they're obviously looking to tour that and release some more stuff. But wonderful kind of symphonic, progressive, some power metal elements in there. Tunisian metal band, one of the first, if not only Tunisian metal bands to kind of really break through. Done a lot for the culture, and they're being rewarded, justly rewarded. They're getting a lot of festival gigs and big support gigs. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them live yet. Incredible, kind of traditional Tunisian folk melodies in there, along with some kind of real riffage for days. A little bit gent inspired, a little bit progressive inspired. Amazing drumming.
Yeah.
Really, really melodic. And again, it's sort of like, picture yourself in a desert surrounded by camels with machine guns.
It's the vocals that really set me off
Prince
on
of Persia, isn't it?
It is fantastic.
There's something
you
magical about it.
You could listen to it, and although you could miss the influences, the North African, Middle Eastern influences without the voice. I mean, if you weren't paying attention, they
it's
sound
all layered
like
in their instrumentation,
like a solid metal band, but the voice really sets it with that almost soundtrack style.
Yeah, I think ironically he won some kind of the equivalent of like Tunisia's Got Talent or something.
I think if someone's out there, if they could lay a Mirith album over Lawrence of Arabia, that would be fantastic.
Oh, can you imagine? Any band or album that looks like it could be the soundtrack to like Lord of the Rings or something like that. An epic. I love an epic. You
do.
And
do you know why? It's because you're epic.
Oh, thanks, mate. Hashtag that.
Yeah.
Hashtag why 10 reasons why Jack's epic.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And yes, I'll go back to back. A slightly lighter, more of an alt rock kind of album. Say alt rock, I don't know how to describe it really. Just general rock.
I mean, alternative to rock is dubstep, isn't it? Really,
I suppose so.
Alternative to rock is
alt rock. It used to be kind of what is not mainstream rock but rock. It's very hard to tell when bands go platinum and things. But Poets of the Fall, one of my favourite bands of all time. Again, very theatrical.
Yeah.
Very poetic kind of. He wrote a lot of poetry. So very poetic kind of lyrics. The album Ultraviolet, I think it's their newest album. I've seen them live a few times.
Yeah.
Really little bit more 80s kind of inspired, new romantic inspired, very orchestral still, very big epic choruses, very filmic, super cinematic. They always do a good video. They're the kind of band that you could look at their lyrics and kind of pick any verse, and there's always some hidden meaning, some hidden metaphor. I know some people aren't into that, but just musically as well, just really satisfying, fast kind of poppier, synth-based kind of rock songs, and then they go kind of to the more acoustic stuff and really beautiful ballad writer. It's the kind of band that you'd listen to where you'd be driving through some woods at sort of 3 a.m. listening to them, or sort of sitting on a cliff watching the moon descend.
That sounds lovely.
Which I do, most weekends.
Yeah. I fancy listening to a bit of bloody hell. I'm on the London Underground. I need to get myself to the cliffs of Dover.
Yeah, exactly. I was lucky to meet them actually a couple of years ago, and solid guys. The drummer knew where I went to university.
Is that right?
Which was a surprise because even I don't know half the time.
No, you don't.
Great band. So Ultraviolet, Poets of the Fall, worth checking out. Heard them first in the game called Alan Wake, which was one of my favourite games.
Yeah, you love that game.
The Spookums games. But we will be doing a game special.
No, surely. This is a music and wrestling podcast.
No, you naysayer. Shut up.
Okay.
We will be doing a game special.
You're forcing me.
At some point. Again, we're going to do the classic of not really saying when it's coming out. We'll warn you. We'll warn you. But how will you know? How will you know when we're releasing content?
Are you ready?
How will you know?
How will you know?
How will I know?
How will you know?
I guess we'll discuss it.
Go on then.
When do you want to do it? Some point soon?
Probably now.
All right. What games do you like? I think we should... how are you feeling about wrapping up? What do you reckon?
I think we should hit the socials.
We'll hit the socials. People can check them out for the future plans.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of content. We've been discussing some very exciting things today, which we will inform you of in due course.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, if you don't like us, you're going to be gutted. And if you do like us, you're going to be ecstatic.
Coming soon. Lots of things coming soon.
Lots of exciting things. But for now, social medias, Rock and Roll Up Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Yeah.
Soon to be coming to other platforms.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Yeah.
Do I hear you say iTunes, Apple?
Yeah.
Do I hear you say that?
I heard you say it because you said.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Oh, I said it in my head, but I
You've
didn't
let
know
the
I said
cat
it
out of the bag. You've let the
Put that
apple
cat-
out the bag of fruit.
Put that cat back.
In fact,
That's not a cat.
by the
that's
time we
Britney
release
Spears.
this could be on iTunes.
It could already be on iTunes. If it is, hello. If it isn't, we promise we'll be there soon.
We will.
But yeah,
Twitter,
Rock Roll Up Pod.
yeah.
Remember that. Follow us on there. Everything else, Rock and Roll Up Podcast.
Yeah,
We're searchable. We're searchable.
Yeah,
If you want us, you can find us.
Twitter's become a great way of engaging with fans. # wrestling community.
I think if you want to have a relaxed discussion with us, Twitter is the place to go. If you want to comment on things like the jingles and how you're feeling about the podcast, maybe YouTube is a better forum for that. Or give us an email if you want to book us for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs,
funerals.
We'll do funerals.
We've got a 5-minute set for a funeral.
Yeah, if it's not a funeral, we'll die a death pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So it will turn into a funeral anyway.
And I think on that note,
the chime of death, for whom the bell tolls.
Indeed.
Dong.
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 Well,
Dong.
I've been Kenny.
I've been Dong Jack. Oh no, that sounds my name's Dong Jack. King of Dong style.
You are a dong.
# Jack's a dong. Peace out.
Big time.
Dong.